against the Senate border deal, the bipartisan border.
Well, they allow 5,000 people a week. Number one, that, but it also made it much better for the opposing side. I don't know if you've heard this, but I came up with this one: migrant crime.
It closed the border. He never actually did that. But of course, he's confused about the fact that if what he really cared about was the border, he wouldn't have told Republicans, kill the border bill.
If they wanted to close the border, I didn't have a bill. The deal they're looking at is terrible. It's no good, and it's no good for the Republicans. And frankly, any Republican that signs it should be ashamed of himself or herself.
It was like the Tonight Show. We needed the curtain, though. Donald Trump's claim about the rate of violent crime across the country, especially crime involving migrants. Let's watch.
Sure, Willie. Well,
despite their fraudulent statements that they made, crime in this country is through the roof. And we have a new form of crime. It's called migrant crime.
All right, Steve, so what's the reality there?
So the reality there, and we've talked about this before, and for some reason Donald Trump can't process the actual numbers. He prefers to deal in his alternate reality. But the reality is, in fact, that violent crime has dropped 26% under the Biden-Harris administration. It has gone from 398 per 100,000 people to 294 per 100,000 people. This is an annualized figure, so it's a very significant drop this year in particular. And under the Trump administration, violent crime was effectively flat, went up a little bit. That was COVID, in fairness, but basically no progress, huge progress under Biden in violent crime. Now, one of the things that the former president, the other guy, would like us all to think is that all this violent crime, however much there is being committed by immigrants. And we've talked about this before also, and it doesn't seem to have penetrated either. But the fact is that when you look at who commits violent crimes, it is disproportionately native-born Americans, not immigrants. So this is the rate of crime produced by native-born Americans. This is by legal immigrants. And this is by undocumented immigrants. And if you look at property crime, if you look at drug violations, you're going to find the same thing. And it's not that crazy to think about. If you come here and you're an undocumented immigrant, you don't want to be sent back. So you are much more likely to be a law-abiding citizen.
So powerful at the convention when you said you have guns. No, at the debate.
I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
I did not know that.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
Yes. I hear that.
Probably should not have said that.
But
my staff will deal with that later.
Yeah.
But she does not support defunding the police. And in a statement this week, her campaign said, quote, "Whether as a district attorney, attorney general, senator, or as vice president, Kamala Harris has led the way to keep our communities safe, take on violent crime, and help lead the nation to a historic drop in violent crime to a 50-year low."